High school varsity girls basketball live on the NFHS network, presented by the GI Tech School Broadcasting Program. Tonight, St. John's visits Mount Pleasant, setting up a contest between two young teams in the middle of their respective rebuilds. Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the Hardwood. Calvin Keys partnering with Jack Irvin. And Jack, these two teams seem to have a lot of similarities.
Yeah, Calvin, they got a lot of similarities, given both the same records and about the same skill set and about the same youthful lineups. A lot of sophomores and not a lot of seniors on this team. So I'm looking forward to a great game.
As am I, Jack. You mentioned they have similar records. Mount Pleasant Oilers are the home team, coming to this one with a 3-10 mark. St. John's Red Wings traveling tonight. They're 4-10 on the year. Oilers in their home whites, St. John's in the all-black strip. Excited to get this one underway. Starting five for both teams. For the St. John's Red Wings, it's Josie Stalick, Claudia Paxi, Lexi Maloney, Madison Robinson, and Jossie Kotovich. And for the Oilers, it's Maddie Molyneux, Lakin Carr, Autumn McIntyre, Jordan Egger, and Katie Schell. Schell and Paxi will face off right now. Tipped back to Autumn McIntyre, and we're underway. Here's Egger with it. Lofts one up down low, just out of the reach of Schell. But the Oilers will keep possession. Coach Jaxa said this week that the Oilers have been looking to use their size, namely Katie Schell, to their advantage, and they've done a better job of it as the season has gone on. Three-pointer rattles out from Molyneux. Carr finding it. Lobs to the far side, finds McIntyre, puts up a shot, won't go. Rebounded there by Madison Robinson. Lofted back up ahead to the freshman Kotovich, working in. High off the glass and out. Carr pushing it up the floor. Stripped of the ball, McIntyre recovers. Walking the baseline, back out for Egger up top. Tries to turn the corner, she's tripped up. And we'll have our first foul of the night. That one against Claudia Paxi. Kicked out for Autumn McIntyre. Egger from deep. Banks away. Egger again, second chance. That one found under the hoop by Maloney. Senior captain on this St. John's team dishes it over. Three-pointer dribbles in for Stalick.
Yeah, big three-pointer just to start to get the first points in this game.
Oilers call 30-second timeout. Back with more girls hoops after the break.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are...
That's been like a little hard to hear you, but...
Back at Mount Pleasant High School, girls varsity basketball. That shot we initially thought was a three-pointer on the other side of the break from Josie Stalick actually counted as a two. The Red Wings get on the board first. They're up 2-0 early on in this one, just over a minute in. Lakin Carr trying to break the press.
You've seen that full-court press by St. John's. They love to do that after point, and they love to play get-in-your-face defense. So let's see how this young Mount Pleasant team handles it.
Molyneux's three-pointer way off. Very uncharacteristic of her. Usually lights out from beyond the arc. But talking to Coach Jaxa this week, she said that her team has really struggled shooting the basketball lately. Corner three here. Nailed it. Kotovich opens her account on the night.
A lot of long-range shots for St. John's to get these first 5 points in this game.
Turnover. Maloney working ahead. Gives it to Stalick. Trying to turn the corner around Carr. Draws the foul. We're already seeing early on in this one, Lexi Maloney, the senior captain, point guard for this Red Wings team, 3-year letter winner. her coach, Joe Foster, said she carries herself with the maturity of a 30-year-old. And he also mentioned that she's the one that's usually orchestrating things on offense. That's what we've seen so far. Most of the shots that the Red Wings have attempted, the last pass has come from Maloney.
Let's see how Mount Pleasant is going to handle this. Just about, let's see if this is a 6-point deficit and that shot doesn't go. Let's see how Mount Pleasant handles being down only by 5 points in the first quarter.
Certainly need to answer here on this possession. Molyneux, the Oilers captain, gives it to the freshman Egger. Carr to try one from 3. She got it. Great timing to get a 3-pointer to go. Cuts it to 2. Shot from Lillian Sackrider won't count because of a travel.
That's a good look that Maloney gave to Sackrider. Just unfortunately she traveled, so that point doesn't go.
Here's Carr, double teamed. Back over to McIntyre. Oilers getting ruthlessly pressured here by the Red Wings. Egger was open down low, tried to bounce it to Shell. Out of bounds off of Maloney. Mount Pleasant will keep it.
And in that position, if you're Jordan Egger, you got to shoot that ball right there. You had a good look, and being a freshman, you have to get really used to this game.
Turnover on the inbound pass. That one found by Stalick, junior shooting guard. Giving it over to her fellow guard, Maloney. Moving in. Foul from Carr. Lakin Carr, a player that plays a very scrappy style of basketball. Great to have as a coach, but she's really struggled to stay out of foul trouble. Coach Rachel Jackson of Mount Pleasant said she's improved in that department as the year's gone on, but certainly has to continue to be careful when she's playing tight defense not to foul.
Yeah, you're right, Calvin. On this is already her second foul in the game. She's really got to watch out.
Quigno and Narr checking in to replace Carr and Egger. Also coming out for St. John's is Stalick. Seven to 3 now if you're just joining us. St. John's Red Wings away at the Mount Pleasant Oilers. Two teams that are in a bit of a rebuild, struggling so far this year. A chance to get a win. And Asa Quigno doing her part to try to make that possible for Mount Pleasant.
That was a good look by Mount Pleasant. Getting it right to Quigno for an easy 2-pointer.
Narr kind of received a bit of a gift there as Maloney ran right into her. McIntyre. Erica Narr shielding. Shell on the dribble in the post. Can't quite get the roll, but she'll go to the free throw line. You mentioned the similarities in terms of the youthfulness and the record for this Mount Pleasant team. Another similarity they have is what they do well and what they struggle with. Mount Pleasant and St. John's both really good rebounding teams, so that'll be an interesting storyline to see play out. They also both show a lot of hustle. On the other hand of things, both teams are very young. Oilers have 3 underclassmen in their starting lineup, and as for the Red Wings, they have 2 underclassmen in their starting 5. So that certainly plays a factor. But Molyneux showing off her veteran leadership, finding the rebound underneath the glass and finishing.
Yeah, it was a great, nice little putback by Molyneux to get it to 2 points.
Izzy Thalen now over for Katovich. Back to Thalen. Great ball movement by St. John's. Their coach Joe Foster says that he would rather his team wait 2 to 3 minutes for the right look than rush things and not come away with any points. That's sort of what we're seeing here. Turning the corner and making the shot. Great effort there by Grace Dobrinick.
Seeing that trap defense by the Red Wings.
Shell from the wing. Trying to move around one. Good move to the right hand. Couldn't get it to fall. Maloney carrying up. 3-point opportunity. The bake is open for Izzy Thalen. Her first basket of the night.
That's her first three-pointer of the night. Let's see if she can get some more. And it looks like that ball is almost turned over by Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, that was a really, really good read by Maloney to try to pick off that pass from McIntyre. 3:11 to go in this first quarter. The away team, St. John's, leading over the host Mount Pleasant 12-8.
Calvin, when I'm seeing this game on defense from Mount Pleasant, I'm seeing a lot of confusion and letting people take open shots. You need to do a better job of communicating.
Molyneux off the front iron. Pass to the post. Kicked back out. That three-pointer just off the mark from Thalen. Finding it is Sackrider. Thalen on the dribble. Defended here by Erica Nahr. Gets around her. Low pass. Scrambling for it there. Toppled over. And McIntyre, a breakaway opportunity. Lays it in.
And that's St. John's first turnover of the game. A great job by Mount Pleasant capitalizing and getting an easy transition bucket.
Can't give up free points like that if you want to come away with your 5th win of the season if you're St. John's. A chance here from 3. Sinking that one was Taylor Cook. Egger handed off to Molyneux. Back up the floor, walking the baseline. Tough layup won't go, but now she'll shoot 2. Molyneux recently signed her letter of intent to play volleyball at Boyce University in Louisville next fall. Captain along with teammate Katie Schell, who she just received a high five from. Molyneux, a 4-year varsity basketball player as a senior on this Mount Pleasant squad. And actually the only senior on this Mount Pleasant team. So she has a very big role in leading on some of these younger girls and showing them how to play ball at the varsity level.
Yeah, you're right, Calvin. It's never easy when you just have one senior on your team, but Maddie Molyneux does a great job of filling that role and giving great leadership to these young players.
Maloney, bounce to Cook. She travels. Oilers get it back. $1:32 to go in the opening quarter. Played in here to Molyneux. Releases to Egger. Skied back over to number 12, Molyneux again. Trying to move in. And yet again, drawing the contact and the foul. Mount Pleasant they're happy to just go to the free throw line and get their points at the stripe, Jack.
Well, yeah, anytime you can draw fouls in the paint, it's great. But the thing is, though, when you get to the free throw line, you got to make sure you got to make these points at the line. Just like that, Maddie Molyneux misses her 3rd free throw.
Some personnel changes here. St. John's has a very deep bench, compared to Mount Pleasant. They've got 15 players on their roster, something that their coach Joe Foster said was a significant advantage because they're able to rotate so much and keep fresh legs on the floor. As for Mount Pleasant, they routinely have to call up JV players under the 5th quarter rule. I believe they have 5 up tonight just to be able to give some of their starters a little bit of a breather. Egger, great read, picks it off, pushing it, and laying it in. Great awareness by Egger. Read the opponent's mind and took it away for 2 points. We'll head now to a commercial break with the Oilers trailing 14-13 against St. John's. take a look at the coaching matchup in this game between St. John's and Mount Pleasant. With a minute remaining in the first quarter, St. John's coached by Joe Foster in his first season behind the bench. Oilers coached by Rachel Jacksa, her 9th season with the program this year, 4th as the varsity head coach. A little bit more experience than Foster, but talking to the St. John's head coach, he's very eager to take over this program and really develop something special here at St. John's. That shot from in tight isn't successful. Another chance here from Katovich. That's just what we expected from her. Spoken very highly of by her entire coaching staff and everyone around this team, saying she's hands down the best shooter out of this group, even as a freshman. Shell trying one, not something we often see from her. Usually down low in the post, but tried her luck and wasn't able to come away with 3 points.
And what I saw in that last play was this great vision by Lexi Maloney. Sees Jossie.
5 to shoot here. Egger throws one up. St. John's comes down with it, and that will do it for the first quarter. Jack, as you were saying.
You know, what I saw on that last 3-point was this is a great fundamental basketball. You know, Alexis Maloney saw Jossie Katovich wide open for 3 and got it right to her, right? She got the ball. That's just great vision.
Certainly something that will make their coach pleased, and St. John's will look to carry the momentum forward up by 4.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Briefly mentioned during that first quarter a little bit about the opposing head coaches in this one. St. John's bench boss is Joe Foster. As we mentioned, he's in his first season with the girls varsity program. Took over for Mark Leseski, who had coached for the past 25 seasons on the girls varsity team. Foster said he learned about hard work and dedication from Leseski, as well as some other important coaching pointers. Interesting enough, Coach Foster, this is his first season coaching girls basketball, had coached boys basketball previously all the way up from the 7th grade level to JV before switching over to the girls varsity team. What do you think some of the challenges switching over from coaching boys hoops to girls hoops are, Jack?
You know, coaching boys from girls hoops, it's just you know, different pace of a game. You know, it's not as fast in my opinion when it comes to girls basketball, and it's just a little different, but it's still, you know, it's still varsity basketball in my opinion.
At the end of the day, it is still the same game.
Yeah.
Just some small minor adjustments you have to make. Up top with it is Josie Stalick, the junior, moving in, tries one with her weak hand. Unsuccessful. Egger back the other way. Older sister currently playing college hoops at Yale as Quigno looking to stay hot. Didn't make that one. Shell banks it in off the glass. 2-point game. Maloney back to Robinson. Strong arm in the way of that one from Katie Shell.
That's a great block by Katie Shell.
Egger looking for an opening. Moving to the wing is McIntyre. Back up top for their big, Katie Shell. Motion offense at work here, but Maloney says nothing doing. Speaking of Molyneux earlier on, the Oilers number 12 signing her letter of intent to play college volleyball at Boyce University. Lexi Maloney recently signed her letter of intent to go play college tennis at Trine University in Indiana. So a couple of stellar athletes on the court tonight, albeit not looking to take on their athleticism to the next level in basketball.
And really what Alexis Maloney did to his team is I feel like she gives great looks and great assists on offense. You know, she's had 2 plays in a row now. It's a great looks, just been unfortunately the other one she had in the paint was blocked by Katie Shell. But, you know, Maloney's just got great vision.
Quigno makes that shot from in tight. Tie ball game. Mount Pleasant forces the 30-second timeout call from Joe Foster. Oilers crawling back into this one.
On the carry, number 9.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
It truly is a small world, Jack, and that was confirmed for me even more this week when I found out that you're actually related to St. John's athletic director, Chris Irvin. Is that true?
Yeah, he's a great guy. Related to him, he's got has done a great job at St. John's being athletic director, and is unfortunately stepping down after this school year. So he'll definitely be missed.
Left a great legacy at St. John's. You enjoy hanging out with him at family reunions?
Oh yeah.
Those Irvin family reunions, I've heard they're a pretty big spectacle. Might have to rent out a whole hotel for those.
Yeah, we used to rent out the Comfort Inn for Christmas.
That's just how big your family is. Connections everywhere for this guy next to me.
That's true.
St. John's will keep it. Coming into this one, Taylor Cook giving Maloney a breather. She'll go to work. Katovich dishing to Stalick. Traveled there. Oilers get it back. 5:37 left in the first half. All square at 17 apiece. Both teams looking to bounce back from losses in their previous game. Oilers fell to Davison 47-36 in their last contest. As for St. John's, they took a little bit of a drubbing from Jackson Northwest, 53-32 at home. So both teams looking to put their past game behind them and really move forward with a strong performance tonight. And really, I've been impressed with both teams' play so far in this one. Very evenly matched, just as we expected.
Yeah, you're right, Calvin. You got two teams that are evenly matched, so both teams are going to fight, and both teams want to win this game. So it's really going to come down to who can make the plays when it's needed.
Slippery play from Sackrider down low, but couldn't cash in. Now a chance for the Oilers. Egger. In coverage is Palmer. Now Carr on the left side. Shoots it up and over the much bigger player defending her. And the Oilers don't look now, Jack. They have their first lead of the night. Palmer moving down low. Couldn't be handled by Katovich. You get the feeling momentum just swinging to Mount Pleasant in this one. They've made the last couple of field goals and had some big stops on the defensive end.
Yeah, you're right, Calvin. And, really you're seeing this Mount Pleasant team fight and get back into this game, which you love to see.
Checking in Catherine Lehner for the Red Wings. Coach Foster giving her some instructions. Egger, beautiful pass to Carr, gets the bucket to go and one. Really phenomenal teamwork, and that's something their coach Rachel Jacks has been really, really satisfied with, is how they've continued to gel and really just improve as the season goes on. That's the name of the game, improve from day one, and then try to put on your best performances down the stretch in districts.
Yeah, you're right, Calvin. A lot of these, for both teams, they have a lot of underclassmen on this team. So really, the only way how you get better is to play more games and get that under your belt. And you can definitely tell this team has improved from the first game of the season to where we're at now.
Carr just completed the three-point play. Oilers up 5 at the moment. Stalick with it. Another travel. Those have been racking up for St. John's early on in this one. They have to have had, I believe, 5 or 6 travels just in this first half.
Yeah, you're right. Those travels are really coming back to bite them. They got to try to limit those and get some better ball movement.
Absolutely. And that was something their coach Foster really discussed in great detail not just the traveling, but when they're taking shots, one of the reasons they've been struggling shooting is because they neglect to get set. They're so anxious to try to move the ball or make a play, they don't stick to the fundamentals and keep their composure. That's another reason why they're traveling so much.
You're right.
Corner three from Katovich. Rattles out. Good rebound by McIntyre. Carr, Egger, a little bit of an awkward catch, but she'll hold on. Molyneux from three-point range. Bang!
Mount Pleasant just starting to get off to a little run now on offense. Let's see what they can do.
Up 10. 3:20 to go in this first half. Getting the bench into it for the Oilers. St. John's, another miss. Carr working hard to try to get to it, but ultimately found by Katovich. St. John's looking to answer, but they can't do so. Shell finding it. Probably one of the best halves of basketball for Mount Pleasant so far this season. Egger, beautiful pass again to Molyneux. Couldn't capitalize, but Shell there to clean up the loose change.
Yeah, the great heads-up play by Maddie Molyneux, and it's hard when you get those chances and you haven't finished.
Another timeout from St. John's. They're going to look to try to halt what has been a hot run for the Oilers.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Touchdown, Cofield.
12-point advantage for the home team Oilers. If you're just joining us, they're up 29-17, 2:39 to play in this first half. Mentioned earlier that both of these squads coming off tough losses. Not only have they come off of losses in their previous games, they're both coming off of difficult stretches where they haven't won a whole lot, and they've largely had to play on the road.
Yeah, you're right, Calvin. Again, a very young team, suffered a lot of hard losses, which is, just really tough, given how young both teams are. But you're seeing a good game right now by Mount Pleasant in this first half.
St. John's has fell in 5 of their last 6 games in the Capital Area Activities Conference. Last win was a week and a half ago against Mason, 41-35. Egger to Erica Narr, seeing some of her first action of the night. Found by Shell. Egger just rolled off the rim. As for the Oilers, their rough stretch has included a 6-game losing streak coming into this game, looking to shake the monkey off their back, and they've done a good job so far for the majority of these first 16 minutes. A little bit of an awkward pass there, but found by Leah Kendall, still with it. Now Thalen. Over to Maloney. In the corner. What was the call on that one, Jack?
So that was a double dribble by St. John's.
One of the disadvantages to being at courtside, one of the few disadvantages that is, referee standing right in front of me, obviously doing his job, so wasn't able to quite see what the signal was on that one. Egger, high pass over to McIntyre. Another one up to Molyneux that was nearly picked off. Narr will try from 3. Won't go. Egger, scrappy board on the offensive glass. Narr with it again. Minute 20 to play in the first frame. Kick ball by St. John's. Mount Pleasant will keep it. Oilers' last 4 games were on the road, so it has to feel good to be back at their home gym tonight. Egger taking her time, directing traffic. $1:06 to go. Bounce to Shell, tries to shoot over one. Bounces out.
Let's see St. Johnson do an offense just under a minute to go in the second quarter.
Lexi Maloney looking to get something going for her team off the underside of the rim. But she'll get a chance at the charity stripe now.
And that's Maddie Molyneux's second foul in this first half.
It's so interesting. Rachel Jackson basically prophesied what would fix her team's shooting woes. She said it's really difficult when you're not seeing the ball go through the hoop and you're on the road in an uncomfortable or hostile environment. It's a lot easier to get comfortable when you're back at your home court. And that's what we've seen from Mount Pleasant. They made some shots early and often, and they've got to be really comfortable and settled into their game and how they've played so far.
Yeah, their confidence right now is definitely a lot higher than it has been in the other games.
Maloney, great resilience, staying with it. Wasn't able to make any of the foul shots on her first trip, but she'll get a second opportunity. 50 seconds to go in the first half from the gymnasium of MPHS. Sinks the first one. You see the quickness of Maloney. I wonder how much of that can be attributed to her phenomenal playing of tennis. Plays that sport at a very high level, going to move on in college and that activity. Katie Schell drew the ire of the crowd with that hard contact. Finding the board, put it back up. And another chance to shoot some foul shots. 36 to go now. Misses the first. Oilers like to run a motion offense with 4 or 5 out, and so far in this first half, they've put on somewhat of a clinic in that department. Of course, that offensive style predicated on the decision-making and your players knowing the game. This Oiler group, this young group at that, has learned more and more as the season has gone on, got a lot more experience, obviously, and they've been making a lot better reads early on in this one, particularly Egger, the freshman. She made some phenomenal passes in this first half down low to Molyneux and others.
Coming off like of her sister, who was a very phenomenal basketball player here at Mount Pleasant.
5 to shoot. Schell with it. Has to get some sort of a shot off. Egger, last bucket of the half. That was the cherry on top for what was a very strong first half performance from Mount Pleasant. They lead 32-18 at the half. For the Oilers, they'll carry a lot of momentum and charisma into the locker room. And for St. John's, it seems like Coach Joe Foster has some things to sort out. We'll be back in 10 minutes for second half action in this one.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
so that interscholastic athletes may thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given for them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports,
but keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game!
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Alright, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoyed giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Touchdown, Cofield.
Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
so that interscholastic athletes may thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Welcome back to the Hardwood here at the campus of Mount Pleasant High School. Mount Pleasant Oilers hosting the St. John's Red Wings in varsity girls basketball action. Just about a minute until this second half gets underway. The story of the first half was the Oilers leading 32-18. A quick stats recap for you here. With the team lead for Mount Pleasant, Katie Schell and Lakin Carr had 7 points apiece. Behind them, Maddie Molyneux and Jordan Egger were tied with 5 points between them. And Asa Quigno-Grundal had 4 points. And then finally with 2 points was Autumn McIntyre. For the St. John's Red Wings, Josie Kotovich had 6 points. Lexi Maloney and Izzy Thalen were both tied with 3 points. Josie Stalick, Grace Dobrenick, and Taylor Cook all pitched in with 2 apiece. What's something that you think St. John's really needs to improve on to crawl back in this one down 14, Jack?
Well, if it was me, you gotta get better shots. You gotta get better shots at the basket. You gotta get better looks, and you gotta have better offensive output in this game.
You noticed a couple of players on Mount Pleasant have potential to fall into foul trouble in the second half if they're not careful, right, Jack?
And yeah, you're right. Maddie Molyneux has 2 fouls, and so is Lakin Carr. She also has 2 fouls. So really, they gotta watch out. And those are 2 starters on this team, so you really gotta watch out and make sure that they don't get into foul trouble. And that last play, folks, was a double dribble.
Maloney pushing it up the floor. I believe that's a 5-second violation.
Yeah, 5.
Autumn McIntyre was in close coverage of her for around 5 seconds. Have to try to shake that defender or get rid of the ball before that time is up, and Maloney unable to do that. Kind of sums up this game in a nutshell for St. John so far. It's been frustration and just some poor miscues. See another one right there from the freshman, Josie Kotovich. Not something you normally see from her, even as a freshman on this team. Her coach, Joe Foster, has been singing her praises. So impressed. Thinks she's the best shooter on this Red Wings team. Was able to make 2 3-pointers in that first half. As this one, Carr, corner 3, count it. Carr continues her strong night. She's in double digits with 10 points already. St. John's answers. Izzy Thalen. Unfortunately, it's turned over again by Mount Pleasant. Josie Kotovich lays it in.
And looks like St. John's is starting to get back to this game with scoring 4 points in a matter of a couple of seconds.
Pressing really hard, and it's paying dividends as Maloney gets it back for the Red Wings. Kotovich, some movement here on the dribble. Out for the captain, Maloney. Bounce pass and a wide open look, airball there. That was Thalen with the attempt.
And another great look by Maloney.
Here's Carr looking to move around Kotovich. She'll shoot 2. One of the best performances we've seen from Carr so far this year. Already in the double digits. Seeing the ball go through the hoop for her a bit. Combining that with the prowess she already shows on the offensive and defensive glass makes her a very dangerous customer on the court tonight. Shooting was a struggle for both these teams moving in. Oilers have been able to improve upon some of their issues in that department. St. John's still having a bit of a difficult time. One of the reasons I think Mount Pleasant prepared really well for the screens that St. John's likes to run frequently has been able to shut them down for the most part. As it's Thalen, hook shot, dribbles out. Shell, and another battle down low. That time it was with Grace Dobrnik. Dobrnik booked for the infraction.
And that is her second personal foul of the game.
Egger. Up top for Carr. McIntyre on the left wing. From the foul stripe, Molyneux pulls up. Off the glass and out. Maloney the other way. Thalen tries one. Off the mark. Nearly found it. Taken by Carr.
Great steal.
2-on-1 advantage for the Oilers. Carr stops up. Crowd wanted to travel. Molyneux from 3. Money again.
Maddie Molyneux 8 points in this game. Let's see what she can do.
She always has the potential to get hot. It's just a question of where her confidence is at, and she's definitely feeling it tonight. Kotovich moved for Cook. Stripped again by Carr. Racking up the steals is the sophomore Lakin Carr. Now she has it. Gets rid of it to Egger. Carr evaded the steal attempt. Moving in. Stuffed.
Jump ball.
Still trying to stay with it. Physical contact down low and things getting a little feisty there on the floor. Thankfully, cooler heads prevailed in that instance. Talking about the impressive performance from Carr so far tonight. Her coach, Jackson, calls her a Spitfire and loves the energy she brings defensively. And Coach Jackson's words, she said that Carr battles to the death to get the ball, and that's pretty much exactly what we saw there in that scenario.
Great example.
Moving in is Stalick. Foul called against McIntyre there. McIntyre, usually the smallest player on the court, game in and game out. Likes to handle the ball, and her decision-making skills have really grown by leaps and bounds as the season has continued. Stalick with it here. The shooting guard dishing off. Kotovich. St. John's drawing the foul yet again. Going to the line, will be Dobrnik.
You know, another great job by St. John's on offense. You know, driving in, drawing a foul, and getting a chance to get 2 free shots at the line.
Stalick did a lot to generate that opportunity. She's considered the junior leader on this team. Future captain in Coach Foster's mind next season after Maloney graduates. She's taken more of a leadership role in the second half of this season leading into next year, something that Foster has loved to see. And she said that her older teammate Maloney has really taken her under her wing and really taught her a little bit about leadership and what it means to be an impact player on the court. Egger needs to cross the timeline. Finally does so. Thrown down low for Carr. Getting a piece of that one, Thalen. And then a bit of a hard foul from behind there. That was the elbow of Dobrinick catching Carr. Oilers keep the pill. 3:40 to go in this third quarter. 16-point lead as things stand for Mount Pleasant. St. John showing some resilience, some scrappiness, trying to get back into this one. Thalen fractured her hand right before Christmas break, but fortunately because of the timing of it, her hand was able to heal 2 weeks faster than expected, and she didn't even miss any game action because of the holiday break. So it's never really a good time to get injured, Jack, but that's probably the best possible time you could get injured.
Yeah, you're correct, Alvin. You know, it's better to get injured before something important than after something important.
And even coming off the bench, she's got a lot of minutes tonight and played an impactful role. Foul on the Red Wings. Oilers get possession. Maloney coming in place of Sackrider. Moving it up the floor is Egger. For Molyneux. Trying to turn the corner, spins away, tough shot. Stalick trying to find it. Tangled up with Shell. Yet another foul against the Red Wings. 2:50 remaining in the third. We were able to have a really engaging conversation with St. John's coach Joe Foster this week. One of the interesting things we learned is his uncle was a roommate with a longtime NFL head coach Steve Mariucci, as well as Michigan State head coach Tom Izzo, as that was a huge three-point shot there from Molyneux. Extends the lead for the Oilers. Moving in here, Stalick. Can't find a lane. Red Wings keep it, however. Maloney for Katovich. Trying to use the screen to her advantage. A lot of pick and roll and pick and pop looks for the St. John's offense. They've struggled a bit tonight, though. Coach Jacksa very animated, getting fired up with her team's defensive performance. Paxi was hampered in her attempt to put a shot up, so she'll go to the charity stripe. As I was saying there before I was so rudely interrupted by that three-point shot from Molyneux, Coach Joe Foster takes a lot of inspiration in his offense from Michigan State head coach Tom Izzo. Not only does he love Izzo's coaching style and some of the set plays that he likes to run for the Spartans, he also has a unique relationship there, as his uncle was a roommate with Steve Mariucci, who was fast friends with Tom Izzo, and he was actually able to ask his uncle if he could put in a good word with Izzo about some plays that he could try with his own team, and even implemented 4 or 5 of them.
You know, Tom Izzo, his offense is really about, you know, a lot of set plays, a lot of, you know, using a lot of set plays, you know, he probably has about more than 10 set plays he can run out of that offense, which has really been great at Michigan State with a lot of success he's had.
Not only is it the set plays that Coach Foster has taken inspiration from, though, it's also the mentorship. He loves the way that Izzo plays a father figure role in his players' lives and tries to do the same sort of thing with the girls he has on his team. try to teach them not only about basketball but also about life in the process of the season. Interestingly enough, he said that he found a huge passion for teaching because he loves that elusive aha moment. As Egger looking to create an aha moment here, she does.
A great steal by Jordan Egger to get it for a nice, easy bucket.
Maloney leaves it for Kendall. That pass off the hands of Paxi and out on the baseline.
You know, what I'm seeing from St. John's is Lexi Maloney. You know, she's showing a lot of great leadership. You know, after that turnover, she's saying, you know, calm down, let's go. You know, we still got this, which I love to see. You know, someone's optimistic and is going to keep playing and, you know, and sell the team down.
Quigno for Carr and Lehner for Paxi. The personnel changes for both teams. Oilers have done a really exceptional job breaking the press so far. Shell well short. Maloney has to be breathing a little bit heavy. She's been integral to everything St. John's has tried to do and has rarely left the floor.
Yeah, she's really their main ball handler on offense.
Generates most of their chances. Less than a minute left in the second to last quarter. Maloney finding a way. Incredible shot there. Wrapped up by two different Mount Pleasant players. And JV coach McIntyre of Mount Pleasant voicing his displeasure.
And that's now our McIntyre's third foul in this game.
Maloney cashes in on the three-point play. Quigno coming in for McIntyre. Nar also in to give Carr a breather. Egger looking to shake loose Kotovic. Won't be an easy task. Kotovic, a very defensively responsible player. 36 to shoot. Egger trying to create something here. Quigno through the outstretched arms of Molyneux. That'll be picked up for the backcourt. 24 to go in the third.
Let's see what St. John's can do. Try to get back into this game and make it a manageable deficit.
Kendall inbounds to Maloney. Bounced for Kotovic, the freshman. Back for Kendall, pulling up, firing, and converting. 5 seconds here. Egger will have to hurry to put one up. 3 seconds now. Tries one. A little bit off balance with that attempt. Well short. And that will mark the conclusion of the third quarter. Oilers leading over the Red Wings 44-28. Still 8 minutes left in this one. Red Wings will try to look to put together a bit of a comeback.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
The St. John's Red Wings facing some adversity in this one, down 44-28 with 8 to play here on the road at Mount Pleasant's gym. They faced some adversity around New Year's as well. On January 10th, the team really got hit hard by the Omicron COVID-19 variant. Their school went online for a week, and the team lost an entire week of practice. So certainly difficult to keep the continuity going and stay sharp when you're away from the gym for such an extended period of time. And as a result, lost their first 3 games back from the COVID pause.
Yeah, no, that's never easy. You know, Mount Pleasant had that same thing this year, but luckily we were able to play, still play sports, which you're very thankful for. But yeah, it's never easy when you have a long pause from practice because of COVID, which really sucks. They couldn't practice at all either, which is it's just hard.
Long pass to Molyneux, able to keep it in. Nar. Egger up top for three. Missed that one. Came back to find it and then traveled as she lost her footing.
It seems like Coach Jets is upset with that traveling call. She wants a foul, but looks like they aren't going to give it to her.
Talked about the difficulty of facing a COVID pause in the middle of the season. Nearly thought we would see that here at Mount Pleasant High School as the school went online for around 3 weeks. But thankfully, winter sports were able to continue to proceed on as usual, and they didn't really miss any practice time. So very fortunate to have that. As Kadovic sees some good fortune as she makes that shot. Egger looking to create space. Carr, athletic play to stay with it. Clothesline. Mount Pleasant's going to call a timeout. Joe Foster trying to spice up the morale here. He played high school basketball at Harbor Springs High growing up. Very small community there. Said they didn't have much of a basketball program, but obviously he was a really good athlete. Said he was a point guard because he was a bit too short to be shooting guard, a little bit more diminutive stature. Kind of similar to you, Jack. And then after that went on to play college hoops for 2 years at Adrian before deciding that he wanted to quit studying in pursuit of a business degree and transfer to wanting to be a teacher. Saw that Michigan State had a really good program, so that's where he completed his education. Probably another reason why he's such a big fan of Tom Izzo.
Yeah, I mean, big Sparty fan, seems like.
He said a big reason that got him into coaching was just the pure competitiveness that he has as an individual. He said that in his U.S. history classroom that he teaches at St. John's, sometimes he can even turn sharpening pencils into a competition. That's just how competitive he is. Doesn't like to lose. Certainly not looking to do so tonight. Molyneux. Shell in the corner. Trying to find a way out. Tangled up there. Finding that ball was Cook. Has it now. Back for Maloney.
Great look.
Up high. Good block by Shell. Somehow kept in. Pried loose again by Kadovic. And a really tough, scrappy bucket that really has to boost St. John's confidence. They're working hard to try to get back into this one. Madison Robinson with the make.
We got just a 11-point game. St. John's done a great job coming back and making this a game with just 6:06 left in this fourth quarter. Let's see what they can do. It's starting to get good.
They follow up a possession where they were able to find multiple rebounds on the offensive glass with a reach-in from Stalick. Kadovic, really good D. Carr. Molyneux. Carr from deep. She's having herself a night. And it's been a while since St. John's has traveled, but they resumed their woes there. I believe that was Stalick who took an extra step. She'll check out now, gets a pat on the back from her coach Foster. Carr leaves for Shell. Jumper. Bounces on the front rim and stays out. 5:22 to play. Thalen.
Great
down low and just manages to get the bounce. Red Wings cut the deficit to 12. Oilers have to close this one out. Can't leave the door open any longer. Nearly a turnover. But Molyneux tried to find Shell. Good play by Thalen to take it away.
Too many turnovers from Mount Pleasant.
That's been an Achilles heel of theirs. Continues to play itself out. Foul against Katie Shell. Talk about momentum, how big of an impact it plays on sports in general, but specifically this game of basketball. everything was favoring Mount Pleasant, and you feel the tide starting to turn a little bit in favor of St. John's here.
Yeah, you definitely are.
Robinson makes the first. The sophomore forward. Really good rebounder for this Red Wings team. Carr inbounds to Egger. Oilers call timeout. And the energy at an all-time high for St. John's right now. They're feeling good, still have some work to do, down 10, late in the fourth quarter.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Touchdown, Champions.
St. John's finding a way back into this game. They trailed by, I believe, 15 at one point. They've cut it to 10, and everything has been going their way for the past couple of minutes. A big reason, their freshman guard, Josie Kotovich, notably a varsity starter as a freshman. We've mentioned it numerous times, considered one of the best shooters on the team. Red Wings like to run lots of plays for her off screens, as we've seen. She had a huge 24-point performance in a 48-40 loss to Grand Ledge early on in the season. Kind of a coming out party for her, where she was really able to prove her capabilities and what she can provide for this Red Wings team. As Egger out for Carr. Can she do it again? No. Jump ball. A lot of grit for both of these teams. And, you know, we talk about how similar they are. They match up so well. Even with a 10-point difference right now, it's really been a joy to watch these teams on the court tonight.
Yeah, you know, it's great to see, you know, both teams really fighting, and it's really just these teams are so similar. You know, you talked about Josie Kotovich, and you talk about Jordan Egger. Both have been big in this game, and they're both freshmen, which is just, you know, this ironic thing.
Absolutely. Two of the best players on the floor. It's only their first year of varsity hoops. Foul on Carr, and with the Red Wings in the bonus, it will be Izzy Thalen to shoot the 1-and-1.
And Lakin Carr is just one more foul away from fouling out, so she's got to try to stay out of foul trouble.
And with the way she's had the hot hand from behind the perimeter, Oilers can't afford to lose her down the stretch.
No, you can't. You know, you really need her. You know, you try to find her. You try to draw. Don't try to draw fouls in this game, but it's really hard when you have 4 fouls.
Thalen, 2 for 2, taking advantage of St. John's, or excuse me, Mount Pleasant being in the bonus. Energy ramping up at the gym tonight. It's been all St. John's lately, but Jordan Egger will draw the foul. After this game, the Oilers will face a tough test in the Saginaw Trojans. They'll play at home against them on Friday, and then next week, a really challenging Monday and Tuesday back-to-back. Not something you see often, but it's a rescheduled game. Their matchup against Morley Stanwood, their first game of the year, got canceled. So they'll play a back-to-back against Morley Stanwood and Heritage, which will be challenging, especially with the short bench they have. Stalick. Thalen. Somehow held on to here. Moving down low is Robinson, turning around, airballing that. 2 Oilers collide with each other. That was Carr and Egger crossing paths.
Josh, it's a missed opportunity for St. John's.
I mean, the game was cut down to 8. They could have made this a 2-score basketball game with that possession. Unfortunately, couldn't do it. Carr's attempted pass to Shell came off the foot of Robinson, who will now be replaced. That's Dobrnik checking in. Egger skied out for Molyneux. Egger. Tight defense here from Stalick. Showing her leadership capabilities with the intense effort she has. Egger tries one.
Yeah, I think that's out of bounds, right? It hits the top.
Bounced high off the rim and then hit some of the reinforcements that keep the hoop in place. So they're going to say it was out of bounds. Possession to St. John's.
Yeah, a little bit of a scoring drought here for Mount Pleasant on offense.
Just over 3 to go. An 8-point game. Maloney for Thalen. Now Stalick. From the wing. Down low. Off the side of the backboard. Egger finds it.
They're giving great, St. John's just giving great feeds to our post players. It's just, they just can't come up with any points, which is real sad in this game.
Carr. Opportunistic pass to McIntyre, who's able to get down for it and draw the jump. Oilers have the possession arrow directed towards them, so they'll keep the rock. Egger doesn't have a good opening, eventually finds Molyneux. Up top. Trying to find an open look. Carr, corner. Couldn't capitalize. Maloney. Chance of their own for the Red Wings. Moving in. Oh, what a basket there from Grace Dobrnick. She was falling down, but it didn't matter. Phenomenal field goal to make this a 6-point contest.
Wow, I talked about St. John's resiliency in the fight, get back into this game, down by double digits at one time, and now they're back into this game, just making a 6-point deficit. If I was Coach Foster, I'd be so happy.
And a very crucial foul shot here. Abby Bailey, playing up from the JV team, comes in now. Not only is it entertaining to watch this game, it's been entertaining to take the occasional glance at both of the coaching staffs. They're on the edge of their seat right now. Dobrnick takes advantage of all 3 points. Mount Pleasant calls timeout to try and regroup again as this lead slowly slipping away, up 47-42.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
2:15 left down the stretch here. St. John's at Mount Pleasant. Varsity girls basketball. Oilers led at one point by around 15 points, but the lead has slowly slipped away. Red Wings crawling back, and a turnover from McIntyre. Stalick stops up. Open look for Maloney. Well short. Another chance for Stalick. Tough layup. Shell trapped at the baseline. Up for McIntyre.
Just under 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Not much time left in this one. Oilers will look to run out the clock as McIntyre lost it, but a foul called against St. John's.
I think that's Maloney. That is her second personal foul of this game.
A storyline going into this game was the inexperience of Mount Pleasant, and I think that's showing itself here. Part of being an experienced and capable basketball team is being able to hold and play with and maintain a lead, which they've really struggled to do, as we see here.
Yeah, there's too many turnovers, and I know right now it's really been a big scoring draw, in my opinion, on offense for the Oilers.
McIntyre, 2 for 2 on a big trip to the line. Another storyline has been St. John's scrappiness and resilience, and they're showing that here. Climbing back in a game no one expected them to be in at this point in the fourth quarter.
And that's Manny Molyneux's third personal foul in this game.
Josie Stalick. Weight resting on her shoulders to try to cut the deficit from the charity stripe. Makes the first. Both teams have shot from the line really remarkably well in this one. Minute 24 to go here. Just like that, it's a 5-point game.
Wow,
Oilers looking to close this one out. Red Wings looking to play spoiler.
What a turn of events in this game.
This could be a comeback victory for the ages if St. John's can find a way.
Mount Pleasant just trying to drain his clock out. Just a minute 3 left in this game.
Kotovich eventually forced to foul Jordan Egger. Not the person you usually want taking trips to the line late on in a game. Very good shooter. Gets a favorable roll off the rim and goes in. Still a 2-possession game with a .3 to go here from Mount Pleasant High School. Egger. And that conversion on the foul shot does a lot to possibly seal this game for Mount Pleasant. A taller task to make up a 7-point deficit with 52 to play for the Red Wings. Maloney looking for an open teammate. Dobrnik trying to spin away from Shell. She doesn't budge.
That was another great look by Maloney. Just couldn't come up with it.
Shell will shoot 2 with Mount Pleasant in the double bonus. Some makes here would take it a step further in sealing the deal for Mount Pleasant tonight. Textbook. This game has been an emotional roller coaster, Jack.
Yeah, you're right. It's been up and down, up and down. One team seems to have the momentum. The other team crawls back and gets some big points to make it a game.
It was a tight game in the first quarter. A sizable lead for Mount Pleasant in the third and second. And now in the fourth, St. John's making it a tight game. Shell accidentally caught a St. John's player with the elbow, so they'll get a chance. Looked like it was mostly accidental, though.
Yeah.
No ill will there.
Now Maloney will go to the line until we're both teams have 10 team fouls, so we're now both in a bonus. These will be big.
I'll be interested to know how the boys basketball game currently taking place in St. John's is panning out. 2 good teams there. Mount Pleasant Oilers boys basketball team was looking to stay hot. Looks like the girls may have the win sealed here, barring something disastrous. Egger stopping up, looking to evade Kotovich and try to let this precious clock tick down. Stalick, she'll surge forward and wrap up Egger to stop the clock from ticking down dangerously.
Coach Foster was saying you got to foul, you got to get intentional foul to stop the clock.
Egger gets the bounce again. With this win, the Oilers would improve to a 4-10 record. Red Wings would fall to 4-11. Still looking to put a bow on this one. Bailey knocked over. I believe Carr fouled out a couple of minutes ago, Jack. I don't think we noted that, but I believe she's out of the game now.
It's my fault. But yeah, there's a good chance she fouled out.
That's why Abby Bailey is in, the sophomore. First shot skitters out. Coach Jacksa instructing her team not to foul here. 18 seconds to go.
Oh, great look.
Lofted down low. Dobrnik can't find the finish. St. John's finally able to sink it. 5 seconds left. Molyneux looking to break free. Heaves it up ahead to Bailey. And that should do it. Oilers break a 6-game losing streak back at their home gym. Playing on their home court had the medicinal properties that their coach predicted it would. They come out with a W, 53-47. Not as comfortable as a victory as they would like, but still you can chalk one up on the W column for the Mount Pleasant Oilers.
Yeah, found a way to win. They got lucky in my opinion. They let them dip back into this game when they shouldn't have, but but Mount Pleasant found a way to win.
All in all, it's got to feel good to win for the Oilers. And for St. John's, some lapses in concentration ended up costing them, but they made it a good ball game with some fight late on.
Yeah, if I was Coach Prost, I'd be really proud of the way we fought, how his team fought to get back into this game. They were down by 15, maybe 16 at one time, and came back and made a game. I would still be very proud of this team.
So as the teams exit the floor, we'll exit our broadcast booth. The final score in favor of the Mount Pleasant Oilers, they come out with the victory over the St. John's Red Wings, 53-47. Oilers break their slump, and we're glad you could join us to watch it alongside. Calvin Keys with Jack Irvin here. Glad you could join us. On behalf of everyone here at the GI Tech School Broadcast Program, have a great Tuesday night.